this past weekend in Washington, boy, did it rain. It rained on Friday night. The Phillies had the lead in the ninth inning, but Ryan Zimmerman's grand slam was a walk-off grand slam, and the Nationals came back and won it in their last at-bat. Now, on Sunday, it all started out well. Roy Halladay pitched well for 5 innings. We heard thunder rolling, and then rains came, an hour rain delay. And then to the bottom of the 10th inning, a walk-off hit by pitch. And the Nationals took 2 of 3 from the Phillies. Tonight, good news. Blue skies, sunshine, and a beautiful breeze as the Phillies and the New York Mets get set for Game 1 of this 3-game series here at Citizens Bank Park. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Gary Matthews. Wheels will be around in just a little bit. Well, the Phillies and the Mets, another matchup between 2 rivals that are going the other way. The Phillies are in first place. The Mets are toward the bottom in the National League East. And, Sarge, they've had some odd numbers the last couple of years. But one of the real odd numbers this year, their numbers at home compared to on the road.
Yeah, you're right about that. Here on the road, they're 35 and 31. That's not too bad of a record to have. But when you look at the home record, you can see what I'm talking about, 25 and 35. That's not going to get the job done there. That 265 average there, that's not so bad. Mediocre there with that ERA, 4.03 there, Tom. Again, they have been mediocre. One of the reasons why they're 21 and a half games behind the Fighting Phils.
One of the big issues they've had at home, particularly lately, is that they've blown a lot of games in the 8th and 9th inning, and defensively they have struggled up at Citi Field. All right, one guy that certainly hasn't struggled is Cliff Lee. He'll take the baseball tonight for the Phillies, and Sarge, he's been outstanding in August.
Well, a legit number one. This guy loves to go out there and compete, and why not when you have the stuff that he has? Take a look at his last start. You'll see what I mean with his pitches. This guy is in and out of the zone, has a lot of confidence when he's out there on the mound. Great demeanor. And not only that, this guy loves to go out there and hit, evident of those 2 home runs he has so far this year there. You can see his pitches, what I'm talking about. They're up, they're down, but more importantly, not over the middle of the plate, and that's what you don't want to do if you're a pitcher, and certainly Cliff Lee there, he doesn't do that. Now look at those last 4 starts. 4-0 there. I really like that. And those walks, only 6, Tom. That'll get the job done.
Well, he has been really impressive here at Citizens Bank Park, and really impressive in the month of August. His earned run average in August, 0.75. So he'll take the baseball one more time for the Phillies here at Citizens Bank Park. He'll be opposed by right-hander Dylan G. Making his 21st start for New York, he has been a pleasant surprise for the New York Mets. Well, Cliff Lee, as we said, has been fantastic here in the month of August. Here at Citizens Bank Park overall, 8-1 with an ERA of just over 2. The lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you. Eyes are indeed clear. It should be a pleasant night for baseball as the Phillies begin a 3-game series against the New York Mets. It's a 6-game homestand before they hit the road one more time here in the month of August. Cliff Lee has taken the mound. The Phillies have the lead in the National League East by 6.5 games over the Atlanta Braves. The Braves, though, are surging right now. In fact, they have the second best record in the National League at 76-52. And you see where the Mets are. 21.5 games off the pace at 60-66. They were playing well up until about a month or so ago. It has not been a good month of August. Let's take a look at the Mets starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading off at center field, Angel Pagan. Justin Turner, the second baseman, bats second. David Wright hits third, followed by Jason Bay and Lucas Duda. Scott Hairston's in right field batting sixth. Ronnie Paulino hits seventh. Ruben Tejada, the shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is one of the rookie stars in the National League this year, Dylan G. And they'll face Phillies left-hander Cliff Lee, who's just he's been a star the last few years.
He sure has, Tom. He's been a little bit streaky, too. He had an unbelievable month of June, not so hot July, and right back at him with a hot August going right now. You see his overall record numbers outstanding. You really can't find anything negative in what Cliff Lee does for the Phillies. Our Southwest Airlines scouting report on him uses all kinds of different pitches, and against the New York Mets, well, they haven't done much with him. Just one earned run in 14 innings pitched. And it is time now for our Nissan keys to tonight's ball game. As Tom mentioned, it is really nice here, and that's where we put his key number 2. No rain. Don't have to worry about it tonight. Oh boy, that has really been miserable lately. And you know, they had kind of a tough 6 days week there. Shake it off, and you know, those kind of things happen in the course of a long Major League Baseball season. You win 100 games, you're going to lose 62. And they lost some very difficult games over the weekend in Washington, and then one game to Arizona last week.
Well, they also lost a very important piece to their puzzle, and that's Jimmy Rollins, who was placed on the disabled list today with a grade 2 strain of his groin, which he hurt in his second at-bat yesterday. Angel Pagan leads it off, and he takes a strike, so we're underway. It's 0-1. So Wilson Valdez starts at shortstop tonight for the Phillies, and Placido Polanco makes his return at third base. He was taken off the DL today. So the Phillies get one starter back, but they lose another starter.
That's just the way it's been all year. So why should it be any different?
Angel Pagan takes the 0-1 and slams it to center. Victorino is back, and he's gotten one away.
With this beautiful weather tonight, you have a fresh wind. It's out of the northwest. We haven't seen this for a long time. And it's blowing then from the left field corner to the right field corner. And that not only knocked that ball down a little bit, it sent it towards right center field. You see the flags. So the left-handed hitters or anybody hitting the ball to right center could get a little help tonight.
So one away. Here's Justin Turner. Turner's hitting .258 with 4 home runs and 42 runs batted in. He is one of what has to be 5 different second basemen this year for the New York Mets. 42 runs batted in, 5th most among National League rookies.
Well, for a guy who's basically a career minor leaguer, he's done a pretty good job for New York this year. He's been the second baseman who's played the most games for them.
Ground ball to third. It's foul. And it's 0-2. Well, the season began, or I should say spring training began, with Brad Emis and Luis Castillo, along with Justin Turner, as the guys that would man that position. But over the course of the season, Castillo was cut in spring training. Emis was sent back to the Blue Jays, subsequently went to the Rockies. And now Turner is taken over as Valdez bobbles, hurries the throw. They won't get it there. And that'll be an error charged to Wilson Valdez. It's his 8th of the year.
Took it straight on. He's hit so hard, and Turner's an average runner. He really didn't need the backhanded. But again, his footwork isn't real good here. See? And then it causes him to kick it a little bit, and then it's too late. So, if he had it to do over again, he probably would have backhanded that, made a little crow hop, thrown it down.
I asked Wilson today if things are changing because of the fact he's going to play shortstop more with Jimmy Rollins on the DL as David Wright scorches one foul. I said, will you take more ground balls at shortstop, or is your routine basically the same? He said that his routine is basically the same. He probably takes more ground balls at shortstop than any other spot around the infield.
but he and Michael Martinez will man that position for J-Roll.
David Wright back. Phillies haven't seen much of him this year because he's been hurt so much, and a guy that's always hit them well, especially here. Look at a little bit of time that he's played against him this year. He hit him well again.
Breaking ball and a called strike 3. You want to talk about freezing a hitter. That's exactly what Cliff Lee did there. 2 outs.
Yeah, Wright not happy about 2 pitches in that at bat, and they are attacking Cliff Lee early here tonight. 185th strikeout this season, ties his career high, which he did last year with the 2 teams, Seattle and Texas. Here it is. Curveball. He thought it was high. Mike DeMuro thought it was strike 3, and that's all that matters.
Here's Jason Bay, a .239 hitter with 9 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Bay this year against lefties hitting much better than against right-handers. In fact, he has the highest average, along with Ronnie Paulino in the Mets lineup against lefties. And he takes a strike. It's 1-1.
What Cliff Lee has done in this ballpark, that is remarkable.
Toward right center field, Victorino with a long run. Will he get there? He does. Over the shoulder grab, and the side is retired. Not an easy play. He made it look easy. He nearly ran right past it. Shane Victorino made 2 putouts in this inning. We go to the bottom of the first here at Philadelphia. By Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at center field, Shane Victorino. Placido Polanco bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Hunter Pence. John Mayberry Jr.'s in left field. He'll bat 6th. Carlos Ruiz hits 7th. Wilson Valdez bats 8th, followed by Cliff Lee. And they'll face a 25-year-old right-hander, another of the University of Texas Arlington products, Dylan G., who's making his 21st start of the year.
Well, this guy, as Tom mentioned, has been a real surprise. He started out 7-0 for them. Not a hard throw. He's going to throw a lot of changeups, especially left-handed batters. Southwest Airlines scouting report, he's hit 12 batters. It's not that he's mean or pitches inside. They say his fastball runs a little bit to right-handed hitters. And he's hit, and he hits them.
Well, he starts Shane off with a fastball first strike, so it's 0-1. Victorino's hit in 9 consecutive games. His .314 average is among the top 10 in the National League. And he hits one toward the right side, diving, stopped by Duda. 1 away. Terry Collins said today that Lucas Duda will play right field tomorrow in the ball game. He's already decided that. And he feels like he'll be part of the equation come 2012 some way, shape, or form. And right there, he made a pretty good play over at first.
Yeah, they had him way off the bag for Victorino when he pulled that changeup. He was right there.
Well, now Placido Polanco, who injured himself on the 6th of August, shouldn't say injured himself. He aggravated a sports hernia that he's been dealing with all year. Off the disabled list today. And he floats one to right. Coming on his Hairston. He makes a diving attempt and he dropped it. And Polanco will stop at first. And they'll score a base hit.
And they're moving guys all over the place a lot of times just for some offense. And in this case, Hairston is normally, well, he can play infield, he can play outfield. We've seen him a lot in center field throughout his career, playing right field tonight. And he was there. He had that. Is the ground knock it out? Is his elbow?
I think it's his elbow that knocked it out.
Yep, when his elbow hit, the ball popped out of the glove because he had it.
That'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. Utley was 2 for 12 in the series against the Washington Nationals. And he takes strike one. Oh, excuse me, ball one. And it's 1-0. Utley's numbers against the Mets very good. 26 home runs, 65 runs batted in. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Charles Lusner. Wheels, get this, from Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey.
Oh, you're not checking today, huh?
Nope.
You say the name?
Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game. And Chuck will win $100.
I never did find out where the contestant was from yesterday.
No, we said it.
We said it.
And I said it right, apparently.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Good. Nice going.
Utley hits it to center field. Pagan on the run. He's there. And he puts it away for the second out.
Already seeing here in the first inning the way the ball's getting knocked down to center field with the wind the way it is. They hit a couple balls hard to the Mets, and Chase drove that ball pretty well too. But that wind left to right is knocking it down out in that area.
During the 2011 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. Oh, with 2 outs, it'll bring Ryan Howard to the plate, who has 2 hits in 4 career at-bats against Dylan G. They put the overshift on with 3 infielders on the right side. It includes Tejada, the shortstop. So David Wright is at the shortstop position. Howard is now second in the National League in RBIs, behind Prince Fielder, who has 9 RBIs in his last 4 games.
Playing a doubleheader in Pittsburgh tonight. Milwaukee's winning again. Regular doubleheader. You don't hear many of them anymore. Of course, it's a makeup because nobody schedules them.
Maybe it was from earlier this year when the Pirates weren't drawing. Now they've started to draw pretty well.
It was from an earlier rainout.
Howard also was 2 for 12 in the series against the Nationals. He has 3 home runs against the Mets this year. Lays off a changeup, 2-1. Third among active ball players with 31 home runs against the Mets.
Chipper Jones has worn them out.
Named one of his kids after the former stadium.
Yeah. Shea, yeah.
Said he always had fond memories and good games there, so he figured, what the heck.
Oh, he's legendary for hurting the Mets throughout the years. 47. He hasn't played a whole lot the last few years.
Foul ball. Howard stays alive.
He gave him a fastball early in the count. Now he's throwing him a lot of off-speed stuff. To it. One changeup. There's a curveball.
G is first among National League rookies in wins with 11. It's 3 more than Vance Worley. But he's behind Worley in earned run average. Worley leads the way. He leads rookies in games started and innings pitched. Is 4th in strikeouts, so he and Vance Worley both are among the leaders in a handful of different categories. folks say, well, what about Rookie of the Year? Well, if Freddie Freeman doesn't win it, then Craig Kimbrell probably will.
Yeah.
Inside, 3-2.
And the Braves look like they're sitting on the Rookie of the Year.
There's Hunter Pence.
Very strange swing it is in the on-deck circle.
Polanco will be off and running on this pitch. There he goes. And a swing and a miss. A changeup, and Howard down on strikes, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Cliff Lee will go back to work when we return for the second. You see every Phillies game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Go to Phillies.com to order and get more details. We go to the second, and Lucas Duda leads it off. Duda hitting .294 against left-handed pitching, which is pretty good considering that he's a left-handed hitter and he's a young guy. Overall, he's hitting .276 with 6 home runs and 33 runs batted in.
He's got some power too. She said, Tom, he fits into their future. They, you know, you really felt they knew where they were going a few years ago, and now it's kind of hard to tell what the future of the Mets is. They've had so many injuries this year. You know, what's going to happen with David Wright? What's going to happen with Reyes? Is Santana ever coming back? It just, they got a lot of pieces.
Inside 2-2
that are not there, and what direction they're going to go in, it should be very interesting to see what happens.
Well, and they're also hoping that Ike Davis comes back healthy.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Wright and Reyes right now are the foundation.
Murphy's a pretty good player, and he's hurt.
Base hit to right field for Duda, so a leadoff single. That'll bring Scott Hairston to the plate. Well, even today, Terry Collins spent a lot of his conversation with the media talking about Mike Pelfrey, and that they've discussed even moving Pelfrey to the bullpen to be a closer. Wow. Now, it's just in the discussion stage. Nothing has been done.
Well, you know, that's interesting because Pelfrey's not a strikeout pitcher. And unless you have some kind of a real trick pitch, you know, as a closer, you better be a strikeout guy. But by a trick pitch, I mean maybe a sinker. You know, something like that where you're going to throw ground balls. But even those guys are shaky as closers because the ball's in play.
0-1 the count to Scott Hairston. And he grounds it foul.
So, you know, you can understand they're throwing all kinds of things out there. But when you hear that name, you don't think closer. Better close his eye.
Yeah, really. He may be out for a while if he gets a sunflower seed in the eye.
R.A. Dickey has hit him there. There's Nice, who will pitch tomorrow night. That's their rotation there. 3 of their starters.
Hit hard right at Polanco. One out here in the second. So Hairston's retired. And that'll bring Ronnie Paulino to the plate.
Hairston's looking up to see what happened. It was a changeup, kind of hit it off the end of the bat. But it looked like it had a chance to be a base hit off the bat.
Ronnie Paulino's hitting .311 against left-handers. He's making the start tonight instead of Josh Tolley with the lefty Cliff Lee on the hill. And he takes strike 1. Plus the fact he's hit the Phillies well, not only during his career, but in particular this year.
5-hit game here earlier in the year.
And overall 10 for 27. Cutter hit towards shortstop. Valdez to a knee. Has one. They've got time. Over to first in time. And the side is retired. 6-4-3 double play. Cliff Lee has gotten through the second. His defense helping him out a little bit on a softly hit ball. Valdez made sure of this one as we go to the bottom of the second here in South Philly. From his annual Diamonds and Denim charity event. Plus highlights from John Kruk's Wall of Fame induction. All this and more in Phillies Clubhouse, presented by Ransom Cat. Tonight at 11 following Sports Night right here on Comcast Sportsnet. The Diamonds and Denim function that Cole and his wife Heidi had for the Hamels Foundation sold out again. As they continue to raise money for the foundation to distribute to schools in the Philadelphia area. They've done an unbelievable job since they started that program. We go to the second. Hunter Pence leads it off. Pence is hitting .308 with 15 home runs, 74 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Facing Wheels, a fellow University of Texas Arlington product. Pence is older than Dylan G. Said to Pence, that's pretty impressive. You got 5 guys from your school that are in the major leagues right now.
Yeah, and you think about UT, University of Texas. It's a great baseball program, and then you throw one of the, I guess they call them satellite campuses there, like they do in a lot of places, or whatever. A branch campus, anyway, at Arlington. 5 more. That is very impressive.
Back toward the middle. Base hit for Pence. Second hit of the night for the Phillies. So a base runner here in the second. That'll bring John Mayberry to the plate. Well, Wheels, it's usually this time of the year where we send our interns back to college. And Katie Chandro, who's done such a great job with us this year, out of Syracuse University, is going back to school. It's going to be cold even though it's August, I would think, up there. She said it gets cold in September. Fortunately, the football team plays inside. So, Katie, best of luck, and we appreciate it. Katie actually did our Open tonight, which getting Sarge through the Open.
That's an adventure.
That was very impressive. She said it was a lot of fun.
She'll have a lot of stories going back to Syracuse about Sarge. Not us, but Sarge.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think we're quite the stories of Sarge.
Yeah. Well, Katie's back,
Katie,
back off to upstate New York, where the Orange, well, will keep on battling, Wheels. See if they can get up to the standards of your Nittany Lions.
Let me tell you something. When I was at Penn State, they lost all 4 years to Syracuse.
Want to know the count to John Mayberry. Swing and a miss.
They had a great coach at that time by the name of Ben Schwartzwalder, a legend at Syracuse, and they had a couple guys that weren't bad players, Zaka and Little.
Hey, they were pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah. Hunter Pence leads off first. He has 7 stolen bases this year. You can run on Ronnie Paulino. Paulino's caught 20% of the runners who have tried to steal, and he doesn't even catch R.A. Dickey, the knuckleballer.
Right. Gee, 5 out of 9 have stolen on him.
Ball and 1 strike to count. John Mayberry was not in the original starting lineup. Raul Ibanez was scheduled to start, but Raul was scratched because of a sore groin. It's going around.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't go around much longer, or much, as Jerry Martin used to say, much further.
Charlie Manuel said he felt as if Raul will be able to play in the next couple of days, although Nice, the lefty, starts tomorrow.
Well, that's a pretty nice player to be able to plug in the way that John's been playing for Charlie Manuel's club. Just had another bat boy, ball boy slip and fall.
Did Matt slip? Matt Morano? Did he fall down?
Yeah. Had a little bit of that lately.
Victorino wasn't even in the area.
No.
There's Matt. Matt was walking around with a cup on his helmet the other day in the Diamondback series. A rite of passage for all bat boys.
No, they'll test him. I wonder how many times they ask him to go find the key to the batter's cage. Batter's box. That's a good one. You see somebody running around trying to find the key to the batter's box. Oh. Everybody with a straight face. Come on, let's go. We can't start till you find it. Well, I'm trying, but where is it?
Foul ball. It remains 1-2.
That's one of the rites of initiation of being around a major league team a lot of times is they'll work that one on you.
There are a couple others too that they try to put on.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the bat boy or ball boy will have the bubble gum on top of the hat.
Oh yeah.
Rob DiClemente, the Phillies bat boy. Matt Morano, the visiting team's bat boy. Mayberry hits a towering fly ball to shallow left. One away.
He pulled off a curveball. He threw him a curveball earlier in the at bat that he swung and missed at. That one, his timing was off on it. Just shot it straight up in the air. Watch him open up right here. Really doesn't get anything on it. See the big old slow curveball opened up and got it off the end of the bat a little bit. Sometimes you'll see a ball go way up in the air like that and you say the guy just missed it. Well, that's not the case there because he didn't have a good swing at that.
Now Carlos Ruiz, who's hit in 5 consecutive games, overall hitting .270 with 5 home runs. Pence still at first with 1 man down. Carlos lost in yesterday's game. Got nailed by the pitch that hit Johnny Gomes.
Yeah.
Said he was all right. Getting ready for today's game. Hits that one to right center field. He hits it well, but the wind is going to keep it in the yard. Pagan out to the track.
Well, that seems to be the area where baseballs are going to die tonight. That's 4 of them hit out in that. Well, 3 out in that area and 1 to the left to left center.
So 2 away. The Phillies sold out of season tickets this year. Did you miss your opportunity? With the deposit, fans can now be placed on the priority wait list for 2012 season ticket plans. Deposits do not guarantee a ticket plan, but do hold a place on the priority wait list. See the tickets section at Phillies.com for details. 2 outs. Wilson Valdez, the hitter. 6 runs batted in his last 7 ball games. And that ball gets away from Paulino, and Pence, who has a really good secondary lead anyway. He can walk up to second.
Like a curveball. Bounced up there, so it should be a wild pitch. We'll see how they score it. Here he is throwing a lot of curveballs here in the first inning. Not as many changeups as thought. Of course, the Phillies have a lot of right-handed batters, and there's that good lead that Tom was talking about. Bounce, bounce, bounce. As soon as you see it hit the ground like that, he's gone.
6 wild pitches now for Dylan G.
Along with 12 hit batters.
Opposite way, base hit down the right field line. Pence is going to score easily. Valdez puts the brakes on. 1-0 Phillies.
Well, you don't try to hit the ball down the first baseline, that's for sure, when you're a right-handed hitter. But he tripled like that the other night in the game in Washington and got the Phillies a couple runs. And in this case, that's a great job by Wilson with a pitcher on deck and 2 outs. See, way off the line is the first baseman, Duda, and he dives and just can't quite come up with it.
Well, Valdez now 7 runs batted in his last 8 games. He looked like something was bothering him on the first base bag.
That was a nice job by Hairston out there, too, to get to that quickly. Here it is, another look at it.
Well, he didn't look gimpy until he came back to the bag.
Yeah.
Lee, a base hit to right field. Valdez a stop at second. Well, he's winning. He's running away with the pitcher's offensive program.
He's running away with the whole league's pitcher's offensive program the way he's going. I'm saying, you don't want to make a mistake with the 8-hole hitter up and the base open, the pitcher on deck, but that's no normal hitting pitcher that was on deck. Here's Cliff Lee looking for a fastball. Got it. Base hit in the hole. That's an example of that play that Hairston just made to keep Valdez at first base. He's got a chance to score on that ball if he was at second. Granted, he was shallow and he got on it quickly, did Hairston, so they may not have been able to send him, but you never know.
Up to the top of the order now from Victorino, who lined out his first time up. 1-0 Phillies here in the bottom of the second. Victorino takes outside.
Boy, the wind's been knocking the ball down out in center field. Pagan's really shallow, so he's taking a chance he's not going to hit it over his head, and that he can come in and throw Valdez out at the plate on a base hit. You see what Shane's done with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. See how shallow Pagan is. See all that room behind him there. And the reason being the runner at second, and also the fact that the wind's knocking the ball down so much out there. And Pagan can go back on the ball. He's a really good outfielder. Angel Pagan, good athlete.
The count to Victorino. And he's taking all the way and takes a strike.
Pitchers like center fielders that play shallow. They'll all tell you that. They really appreciate when you take those little dunkers away and have the confidence to go back on the ball. Polanco waits.
An off-speed pitch, 3-1. gets a piece of it. It's 3-2, so the runners will be off with 2 outs.
And you figure this guy may not give in right now. Best pitch is a changeup, especially to a left-handed hitter.
There go the runners. The 3-2 ripped inside the bag down the right field line. One's going to score. Lee may actually score. He's being waved home. Valdez puts up the stop sign. 3-0 Phillies. And a triple for Victorino.
Last thing Victorino thinks he's going to get a triple with a pitcher on first base. He got a breaking ball there, something off speed. Maybe it was a changeup. It was slow, whatever it was. They're going to appeal, it looks like, at third base. Maybe they think Lee missed third.
It was awkward, Wheels.
Yeah, I saw
he
him
went to the bag.
around. I saw him come stumbling around, and that normally will make them throw over. Now, they're not quite sure what to do, and they're telling him, to, look, just go back, stretch, step off, and throw over. Now, hopefully, Lee is not out after scoring like that, because that's a pretty exciting play. But see, you just stretch, now you step off, then you throw over.
Now they look. Okay, I was going to say they look for help because the third base umpire, Jim Reynolds, was speaking to Worth. Let's see. He went awkward. Oh, he got it. He's fortunate he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah, that's the kind where you can really hurt your heel. And Terry Collins is going to come out. And, you know, because there's a little indecision there from who was going to make the call, because it was shifting all over the place. But Lee did step on the bag.
That was a good shot there just to show it.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking a big lunge at the bag like that. It's kind of like how guys hurt themselves going to first. Boy, he was flying around this.
He was. Well, he had a great lead. They weren't holding him on, and he was able to take off quickly.
He's running like an athlete, not a pitcher.
Polanco takes ball 1. Now, what's interesting on a play like that with a runner at third, there have been players in baseball that when there's an appeal, they'll take off.
Yeah. How about they'll come running out of the dugout and try and retouch. I'm guilty.
Remember Dominic Brown earlier this year?
Yep.
He missed the second base bag, right?
In Florida.
And it was pivotal. And he admitted after the game that he did miss it. And we're thinking from behind home plate, how did he miss it? There's no way he missed it.
He did.
Well, he did.
That was a good job, though, by Cliff Lee to hit the bag as fast as he was running. And he's a little off stride. Big old long strides he had coming around there. Got Victorino another RBI and got him a triple. And I think it was a curveball that he hit. It was something slow. Shane did a real good job. So the Phillies scored all these runs in this inning with 2 outs, the bottom of the order.
1-2 the count to Polanco. Toward right center field, Pagan playing shallow makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Phillies do get 3-2 on the 13th triple of the year for Shane Victorino. Cliff Lee's got a 3-run cushion to work with. question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. Wheels, here's the question. Name the Mets pitcher who lost 27 straight games in which he was involved in the decision. The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. You're signaling as if you know he's a pitcher. Well, of course he's a pitcher.
No, but I can see him. Oh, I got it. No, I got a guess.
Okay.
We'll write it down before I forget.
Just by shaking your right hand up and down, you remembered who it was?
Well, I'm thinking right-hander.
Ruben Tejada leads it off. Tejada hitting .271 on the year.
All right, the guess is in. That's it.
You might be looking at the future shortstop for the New York Mets if they don't re-sign Jose Reyes. Tejada we saw earlier this year at second base. He was one of the revolving door at second. Reyes, by the way, is going to go out, they think Thursday or Friday for a rehab assignment, but they weren't totally sure before the game because they had to check on some things. Terry Collins said it wasn't baseball related things, it was whether he's healthy enough to go out and begin his rehab.
Well, they are really caught in between. Jose Reyes having a year, MVP year, but they can't keep him healthy with these hamstrings. So what does that mean for his future? Be nice to have a crystal ball. Yeah, is another organization going to take a chance on a big time free agent contract with a guy who breaks down a lot? And yet you look at the upside of Reyes when he's healthy. He's a franchise type player.
Well, even with all the injuries, he's still leading the league in hitting at .336.
Is he going to have enough if he doesn't come back? Enough plate appearances to win it?
That's a good question. I don't think so. Line drive right past Valdez on a 2-2 pitch. And here comes Dylan G. Phillies lead at 3-0 here in the top of the third. Take a look at a year ago through the 21st of August. The Phillies were still 2.5 games behind the Braves in the division. The Mets, meanwhile, 1 game over 500, 10 games back. And now they're 6 games under 500 at 21.5 games back.
Look at the Marlins. They were right there, too. Over 500. It's just amazing the way the Phillies and the Braves have buried this division. And, you looked at it early in the year, and I know everybody has a prediction and a feel for. There's no way you think these teams would be sitting there 20-some games out at this point.
Well, you didn't think the Marlins would fade the way they faded.
Early.
Yeah. 0-2 the count to G.
I mean, it started for them. It started with them in what, June?
And the Phillies offensively didn't do a whole lot the first half of the year, but they certainly have since the All-Star break and since that guy returned.
Well, that guy's return was huge, and the addition of Hunter Pence, too.
There's a bunt toward third. Polanco says he has it. Sacrifice is successful. 1 away. .54 on the putout. Angel Pagan fly to deep center field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. One ball and 1 strike. A foul ball off to the right. Angel Pagan won the center field job during spring training, really before anything started. There was some question as to whether he would be the center fielder or Carlos Beltran would be the center fielder. And they decided to move Beltran, and he agreed with it, over to right, because Pagan, as Wheels mentioned before, is so athletic and can cover so much ground. And Beltran just can't do that anymore. Well, now Beltran's on the DL out in San Francisco.
He got hurt in the game against the Phillies in this final game, that Sunday afternoon game. Hurt his wrist and been on the DL since then. Well, actually, they backdated it to that point.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Diamondbacks have lost 5 straight, and they're losing in the bottom of the 3rd to Washington 1-0. Out in front is Pagan. It's 2-2.
Showing some video on those teams earlier today, and they have a history this year of a lot of hit batters. So you know, they're kind of, I don't know whether they would warn them before the game or not. That's one of those series where it could have happened tonight. They said, all right, that's enough.
It's a brief schedule in the National League today. Mentioned the Brewers are playing a doubleheader against the Pirates. The Braves are in Chicago. Dodgers are in St. Louis. Colorado hosts Houston. Carlos Ruiz said he wanted to go through the signs again, and Lee was content. He was ready to fire.
Yeah, he was happy with it. Carlos says, I got a lot of pitchers. I got to put a lot of signs down. You know, they like to touch stuff and the signs. You know, you know, just creatures of habit and what they like, and whether they think somebody's relaying stuff or coaches are stealing them from the bases. And he says, hey, you got to remember who they are and what you have to do with them. And there's a lot of thinking involved. So why don't you with Lee? What's he doing with Lee? No touches right there, just pumps.
Swing and a miss. He got him, and Cliff Lee has a new career high in strikeouts. That's 186 for the season. That's pretty impressive.
Sure is. Well, he started out the year with a lot of high strikeout games. Threw a really good change up there. You see Carlos putting the glove down on the ground, saying, all right, we're committed to this pitch. Now let's keep it down and out of the zone. He did. Got him to chase.
So the Cliffhangers have seen a little individual history here tonight, and he's not done. He needs 14 for 200, and if all goes well, he should reach that easily.
Oh yeah.
1 ball and no strikes, the count to Turner. And that's a strike of the knees. 1-1.
Yeah, Lee's had a lot of big strikeout games where he goes 10 or more in the last couple of years. And he, you know, he's been asked about that, and typical Cliff Lee, he has no answer. I don't know. Just striking out more hitters.
Yes, Rich Doobie just says he's a better pitcher.
Well,
just knows the tendencies of the hitters.
And he can throw so many different pitches too. He's like Halliday. Those guys, when they get 2 strikes on a hitter, Tom, they can put him out, put him away so many different ways. Most pitchers can't do that.
1-2 the count to Turner with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Breaking ball hit towards shortstop. Valdez has it, sets himself, and fires in time. The side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left in scoring position. We play 2.5 here in Philadelphia. It's the Phils 3 and the Mets nothing. FN Network. By Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Jeep Brand. We don't just make SUVs, we make history. Well, Cliff Lee has made a little history tonight with 186 strikeouts now. Here in 2011, that is a new career high. He and the Phillies lead at 3-0. He does move around from place to place in the dugout.
And he's not one of those pitchers that just sits there and contemplates the next inning. He's sociable.
I wonder what he'd be like if he had a no-hitter or a perfect game on the line.
He'd probably want to talk to somebody. They'd all be avoiding him, I would think.
Chase Utley fly to left center field his first time up.
He might walk down to the camera area and talk to the guys down there if the players wouldn't talk to him.
Utley hit a home run yesterday to move into sole possession of 10th place all time in Phillies history in home runs. He passed Johnny Callison, who he was tied with, Wheels.
Yeah. Johnny Callison, heck of a player.
Into foul territory. Left field. Oh boy, how about that catch by Ruben Tejada? Out of nowhere, he makes the grab and then hangs on as he slams into the tarp. That's pretty impressive.
It's really impressive. You talk about he could be their everyday shortstop. Boy, what a hustle play that was, because as he catches that, the tarp is coming up. Can't believe he didn't get hurt here. Oh, look at David Wright. He winds up climbing up on the tarp. Tejada hit it. That thing must have more padding than it looks like. What a catch right in the webbing. Now here it comes, and he sees it, trying to brace himself. Hit it first with his hip. What a great play.
That was pretty impressive.
Boy, as a pitcher, appreciate that. Outs are tough to come by some nights, and get a hitter like Utley on a play like that, that has to feel good for G.
Well, now Ryan Howard with one away. Howard struck out on a changeup his first time up. Phillies scored 3 runs in the second. Swing and a miss, 0-2. That was a cutter.
3 runs with 2 outs, starting with the number 8 hole hitter knocking in the first of those 3. Those are nice runs.
Well, Howard's having a little trouble with Dylan G. Back-to-back strikeouts for him. And there are 2 outs. That'll bring Hunter Pence to the plate. Speaking of Hunter Pence.
Didn't that base hit was hit? You're on second. You're coming around third base. What's going through your head?
Good game. Let's go eat.
Well, that proverb has turned into a very popular T-shirt at the Majestic Clubhouse store, which is open daily from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. It's the Hunter Pence Let's Go Eat T-shirt. That's Sarge. He's an innovator. He knows the questions to ask to get the right marketing tools out of a particular player. So again, stop by the Majestic Clubhouse store here at the ballpark from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. It is open daily.
Sarge's next career will be as an agent, marketing players.
1 ball and 1 strike to count to Pence.
I don't think so.
Pence wears that shirt often when he's out taking extra batting practice. I say that because he's somewhat superstitious. He does have another shirt that he wears under his uniform.
See why Dylan G can win up here. He has a lot of pitches. He can pitch backwards pretty well. He looks like he can handle right and left-handed hitters. But, you know, he's a little short with his fastball, a little short with his stuff, so he's going to get hit once in a while. But if he stays out in the middle of the plate, you can see why he can win. Any guy can change speeds like this and hit corners can win.
Well, he walks Pence with 2 outs. It's the first walk of the night for him. Fanatic has arrived. Whether she likes it or not. He is smooth, isn't he?
I don't know if that's what I'd call him.
Imagine bringing him to a movie. Here's Mayberry with 2 outs.
Sure wouldn't get the popcorn. Be all over everything.
The significant other has lost his seat. Not that guy. The guy that's sitting down behind him. What to know the count to Mayberry. And he fouls it off. 1-1.
Their phones are going to blow up any minute now.
Fanatic has a phone. She looks like she's a reluctant participant.
Come on, man. I want to watch John Mayberry hit. Philly Fanatic, night after night, day after day. Really entertaining.
And now depressed because I think he's realized the significant other has arrived.
Yeah. Good try.
That may have gotten a piece of the foot of John Mayberry. 1-2 to count. That guy in the blue shirt really wants to get involved in the act.
Fanatic, you got no chance now. You might as well move on.
A line drive toward left field. Bay going back, and that one is gone in a millisecond. John Mayberry, a 2-run home run. It was not only a blast, it was a bullet. It's his 11th of the year. It's 5-0 Phillies.
As we're talking about, when Only Banya's not able to go tonight, that's a pretty capable replacement out there. Looked like a changeup. It was. It tailed right back in the middle of the plate, and he got the head out fast. Tom said in a millisecond that baby was out. That could hurt somebody out there. Fanatic saw it coming his way. He knew it had some backspin. Yeah, it's my guy.
All right, Chuck Lusner. Mayberry's his guy as Ruiz hits it toward the alleyway in right center field. That's going to take a one-hop off the top of the scoreboard. And Ruiz pulls it to second with a double. Chuck Lusner of Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey, won $100 thanks to the John Mayberry home run. And thanks to the good folks at McDonald's.
Pagan was playing really shallow again, and that time Carlos was able to slice it towards that alley in right center field and get it in there for an extra base hit. Last time it hung for a while and he ran it down. That was a fastball, and he's throwing balls down the middle right now as Dylan G, and they're making him pay for it.
And Ruiz is safe at second, safe and secure with New York Life. Wills, that was nearly a ground rule double.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen many ground rule doubles in that spot in the ballpark.
No, you don't see them hop out of this place very often. Now they're not going to walk Valdez here with Lee on deck. How many times would you say that?
Took a pretty good swing his last time up. Lee did. So did Valdez.
He just threw a big old slow hook. Maybe they're going to pitch around him a little bit with the base open. This game's so typical of the Phillies. They lost a tough game Friday. They got Garashi getting up. And they came back and won Saturday. They lose a tough game yesterday. They come out, go up 5-0 right now. Nothing really seems to bother them. They lost that tough game to Arizona, beat them 2. He's pitching around him. They might just put him on now.
So intentional ball 4 for Wilson Valdez. And here comes Cliff Lee. Showing the Major League scoreboard, the Brewers won game 1 over the Pirates 8-1. They're now 37-19 against the Central. Pirates have lost 13 in a row. to the Brewers.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the Pirates were a team that were hanging in there for a while, but boy, when a team in your own division does that to you, that's leading the division, you're going to disappear.
Cliff Lee's the hitter with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Milwaukee has won 23 of 26.
Hot team. Two tremendous hitters in that lineup, and Braun and Fielder having great seasons. MVP, batting champion type seasons.
Foul ball off the foot of Paulino, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ooh, man, that had to hurt.
Right off the side of the piece of the shin guard that covers the foot.
Yeah, it didn't catch much shin guard.
Nope.
That's like being a hitter and just beating it right off your foot.
Lee second to Daniel Hudson, who's really good in RBIs for pitchers. The Fanatic has moved on to a much more receptive young man.
Yeah. And Cliff Lee got himself a big old change up there after hurting him with a fastball. Really working the crowd with things.
Sure is. Well, he's had a couple days off.
Yeah.
Hit toward the right side. Turner, the second baseman, waits for Duda to get to the bag, and Lee, hustling all the way, is thrown out. John Mayberry, though, has given Cliff Lee two more runs to score. It's 5-0 Phillies, thanks to Mayberry's 11th home run of the season. As we go to the 4th here in Philadelphia. As brilliantly as regular paper. Who but W.B. Mason. 5-0 Phillies. We go to the top of the 4th. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. Well, Sarge, a little offense before you've arrived here in the ballpark.
Yeah, and we need it. I like that with Mayberry. The longer he gets to play, I mean, it seems that he is finally starting to figure it out on the right-handed pitchers, and especially the breaking ball.
All right, now Jimmy Rollins out of the lineup tonight. Polanco comes back, but the Phillies, they don't really miss a beat.
Well, they don't count on one particular person, especially offensively, to make them win, and evident of this game, but they've done that just about all year long. If somebody goes down, they've been able to pick it up and carry right on, mostly, though, because of the pitching.
All right, so 5-0 Phillies as we go to the top of the 4th. David Wright leads it off for New York. Wright went down looking on strikes his first time up. It'll be Wright, Bay, and Duda. And it's 0-1. Cliff Lee won the Pitcher of the Month award for what he did back in the month of June. During that month, he had an earned run average of 0.21. Well, here in August, he's allowed 2 earned runs in 27 innings of work. So it's not 0.21, but it's getting there. How about how hard that ball was hit?
Oh, boy. David Wright hitting a cutter coming inside as he pulls it.
Oh, 0-2 pitch.
Oh, it's a good pitch.
Sure was.
Well, one thing you usually know, though, about Cliff Lee, he is around the plate. Very difficult when you get 2 strikes to hold off on pitches.
There's a 1-hopper that's hit softly to Valdez.
It's a good play by Valdez. That ball broke back the other way after it hit the ground. He stayed right with it. Never know exactly which way the ball is going to hop.
I asked Chase Utley about having another shortstop out there because he and Rollins have been in a pretty good rhythm since Utley came off the disabled list. I said, is there a big difference? He said, not really for him covering the bag. He said, in all honesty, the difference with Valdez is when he's over at third. And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, I know I got to get to the second base bag fast because if he's getting a ground ball to third, it's coming at me quick.
Oh, no doubt. And with something on it.
2-0 the count to Bay. But they have had their fair share of double play combinations the last couple of years, with Chase's trips to the DL and Rollins' trips to the DL.
Well, you got to get used to each and every one's throw. You got to know exactly how far each and every one can go from left to right.
First walk of the night for Lee. Only the 37th of the year. And he's reached 50 pitches, but only 13 balls. What's going on here, Sarge?
Well, you know, he hit a fastball. It's the last time up, line drive. It went into right field. Probably wants to make sure that if he gets it in, make sure it's in. You know, a lot of times you'll have a pattern on exactly how you want to pitch a particular hitter, but if he's hitting that pitch, you got to change. You got to go with something else.
Well, he gets ahead 0-1 to Duda. Duda has one of the 2 hits tonight for the Mets. And he did get that one in on the hands, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, got it a lot further in. They've been pitching him in. The ball that he hit for a base hit to right field, it was a fastball, but he got it a little bit further out over the plate. He's got him set up high, something breaking hard away. He could get him out with. Doesn't have to throw a strike here.
He throws a breaking ball and he gets a swinging strike. 2 outs.
Well, it's just a good curveball here out of the zone as it's breaking down. Good pitch.
Well, a lot of strikes for Cliff Lee. That's not a surprise as we take a look at our Mazda League leaders. Lee has the highest percentage of strikes along with Roy Halladay. See, Ted Lilly is third, tied with Jordan Zimmerman of the Washington Nationals. Oh, with 2 outs, here's Scott Hairston. He lined out to third, his only time up. And he takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
You pitch him in, you got to make sure it is in. He's strong. We've seen him hit some long home runs here before. Only 7, but he does have power to get that ball out of the ballpark.
I think his brother's enjoying his new lease on life playing for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, anytime you can go to a first place ball club, you have to enjoy it. He's been getting some playing time.
Got that one in. Now to foul territory. Howard, long run, and he makes the sliding attempt, and he hung on. What a play by Ryan Howard. That was impressive. With his back to the infield, he was able to keep focused, keep his eye on the ball, and he just made an exceptional play to finish up the 4th inning. Ryan Howard knew exactly where he was. He's done this a few times this year. This one, though, is the most impressive. The official HD triple play provider of the Phillies. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play 10 times the money. The new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Well, last of the 4th, Phillies are up 5-0. Shane Victorino will lead it off. He's 1 for 2. A 2-run triple his last time up. His 13th triple of the year. And he takes inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, that's a lot of triples to have. Anytime you have double figures would be considered a lot. Jose Reyes leads the league, however, with 16.
Victorino's only 3 away from the top spot.
+2. Jose Reyes has been on that DL. Had a chance for that MVP if he, for me, hadn't gotten hurt. Leading the league in hits. And off to one of those kind of starts, he's going to get 200 hits, I would think.
Would you have considered him for the MVP, even though the Mets have?
Absolutely. I mean, the year that he was having, and, you know, depending on, I mean, now that he's gotten hurt, yeah, the Mets are all off on it now. And I think he had close to 100 hits almost before the All-Star break, or close to it.
I agree with you that he had MVP-type numbers, but you know, when you look at some of the teams that are leading the division, you wonder if, let's say, a Prince Fielder or Ryan Braun, you know, or even a Shane Victorino, or, you know, one of the other guys in the league whose teams are atop the division, like Justin Upton, you know, maybe you give them more consideration.
Well, you know, when your team wins, sure, you would. But, I mean, if it's overwhelming and say the kid gets almost 240 hits or more, you got to take a look at that. Like Ichiro, the year he came in, he had, what, 257 hits or more?
Ronnie Paulino may have been crossed up. Out to the mound. 1 ball and no strikes. Victorino with 16 stolen bases this year. Inside 2-0. He had a little bit more on that throw. It might have been a closer play.
Well, this is a pitch usually he would be throwing his changeup behind, in the count with a fast runner. However, usually pitchers will throw that fastball. Victorino goes on an off-speed pitch, should be able to make it. There's that 3-0 count again. See whether or not Victorino will be running on that on this particular pitch.
There he goes. It's a strike. The throw to second, not in time. Whoa! He slid past the bag.
Well, there's a lesson for the youngsters out there. You keep that throw right on them. When they throw the ball and they're sliding head first, you got to keep the throw right on them. Excellent jump. There's the 3-0 that we're talking about. Paulino comes up with a high throw. But watch Victorino as he slides off the bag. You keep that glove right on him, you may have gotten him out, although he got back pretty quick. But stolen base.
So he's in scoring position. It's 3-1 to Polanco with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Phillies lead it 5-0. And there's ball 4. So the Phillies have back-to-back base runners, back-to-back walks. Now for Dylan G. Whoa. Sarge, look out. The Fanatic has found his way from the stands into the booth. And the Fanatic, Sarge, is bringing the new McDonald's Phillies McFlurries.
Oh.
Pretty cool. You have the Phillies M&Ms that are part of the vanilla ice cream. Now, these are going to be on sale, Fanatic, I understand, in the Delaware Valley up through, hopefully, the playoffs here in 2011.
I got to tell you, Tom, I'm loving it. This is
there you go, Sarge.
Not bad here at all. Really.
Well, there's a trip to the mound as Dan Warthen goes out to chat with Dylan G. Well, the McFlurry is one of the more popular desserts that McDonald's has to offer. And basically, it's ice cream mixed in with some sort of candy. In this case, it's Phillies M&Ms.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Fanatic, it's all ours. All right, Sarge, share with the Fanatic.
Okay.
Well, again, the Phillies McFlurry is available for a limited time in southeastern PA, southern New Jersey, and Kent and Newcastle counties, Delaware. McFlurry has the Phillies logo as part of it, the M&Ms with the Phillies P and the Phillies logo, the traditional Phillies logo. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
McFlurry, love it to bits, Sarge.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad, especially on a hot day.
That's right. Chase Utley takes a strike. It's 0-1. Utley's 0 for 2. He was robbed of a hit, or at least of an at-bat his last time up, as Igarashi continues to loosen. That ball is drilled, but Duda somehow hangs onto it. Yeah, there's one away. Now get Philly Sports on the go. Be the first to know everything about your favorite teams right from the palm of your hand. Your teams right now. Download the free CSN Sports app today. Ryan Howard has had a tough time against Dylan G so far tonight.
I don't know if he's able to actually see the ball. He's been swinging at a lot of balls. Well, normally at least he gets that ball down near that belt area or the knee area. Well, when you're in a slump, but sometimes you don't feel comfortable at the plate. I know he isn't. Evident of those 2 strikeouts. Not so much him striking out, exactly when he's approaching the ball. His swing at the ball will tell you that he's been uncomfortable so far tonight.
No swing, says the third base umpire Jim Reynolds. Did it surprise you as a player when there were certain guys that you just had trouble with?
Well, I mean, you knew it going in. I mean, it was just the way it was going to be. You know, I mean, you would try hard and try other things. You see, there's a pitch there that's clearly a ball, but you're trying to be aggressive, hoping that you get a strike. And I think if he would zone hit a little more, which would mean look for the ball in a certain area, especially when you're ahead in the count, you might have a little bit more success. Got to take what the pitcher gives you, and the harder you hit the ball, the easier it is to hit any pitcher. You can dictate the pitch you want to hit.
How about him throwing a changeup 3-1?
Well, he knows he doesn't have to really throw him a strike. I mean, he's been swinging at pitches that have been close to the zone. So you have to make pitchers throw strikes. That's a pretty good changeup. He's got some movement on it.
David Wright will give it a look. And it's just out of his reach.
Wow. Well, he did the right thing. Got over there as quick as he could and tried to reach over to catch it. Well, he's over. Take a look at him. We got one lady screaming there in the background as the ball bounces. Did you see that?
She was texting, Sarge.
Oh, boy.
Or tweeting or doing something. 3 strikeouts tonight for Ryan Howard. He came back with another changeup.
Now, the other puzzling thing is that he doesn't throw all that hard, but I got to tell you, it's an excellent changeup. You see the movement as it moves outside, but he had a pitch to hit right before there and ended up fouling that pitch off.
Two outs, 2 runs in for Hunter Pence tonight. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. On the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Toyota. Braves have taken a 1-0 lead on the Cubs. Freddie Freeman, his 18th home run.
You can see, too, how important it is making sure you try and move any kind of runners that you possibly can. Never can tell. When you're making contact, you can get an error, you can get that base hit. No movement at all when you're striking out. Obviously, that's the runners running.
Pretty good eye to take that fastball. 2-2 to count to Pence. Phillies scored 3 runs in the second, 2 in the third, and they're trying to tack on here in the fourth.
Pitchers like that high fastball on Pence once they get 2 strikes. They like that high fastball out of the zone, and they like that little slider, the breaking ball, breaking away from him, hoping he comes off the ball.
Second baseman Turner was coming in for a pickoff play on Shane Victorino, but G went to the plate, and he delivered a ball. It's 3-2. So 2 outs, 3-2. Victorino and Polanco will be off, with Mayberry on deck. That's why Hunter Pence has been so good this year. He's made contact at any point in the count, but he's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He's not afraid to hit with 2 outs.
Well, we've seen him drive in runs there with 2 outs. Well, that's the thing too about major league pitchers. When you're in the major leagues, they can throw that 3-2 breaking ball or change up. Don't always automatically get the fastball 3-2, although he's gotten it the last couple of times.
Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Pence has walked twice tonight. 3 walks in the inning for G. And that'll bring John Mayberry to the plate, who's already done some damage. So.
Yeah, on a breaking ball, really waited on the ball well as he drives it out there in left field. You know, and again, this kid's still learning how to hit. You know, and he's going to get even better. Average starting to climb. More importantly, those RBIs are starting to climb. 37.
Well, Victorino at third, Polanco at second, Pence at first. Mayberry, 20 of his last 31 hits, extra bases. And a breaking ball that went right over his back.
Yeah, not trying to do that. Tried to start that ball right at him to bring away. Anytime you get hit with a breaking ball, you know that the pitcher didn't do it on purpose. That ball just kind of slipped out of his hand. If it was a fastball, that's a little bit different.
2-0 the count to Mayberry. And Paulino needs a moment with Dylan G. G has walked 3 in this inning. He has 5 walks overall. His season high is 6. And he's thrown 30 pitches in this inning.
Well, he's in the driver's seat right now. 2 balls and no strikes. Good. That's kind of the approach you like to have on 3-0, where if it's not right in your zone, go on and take it.
Nick Evans has a glove. There might be a double switch coming soon. The 3-0 pitch coming to John Mayberry. Outside ball 4. It forces in a run. Mayberry has 3 RBIs. And Terry Collins is already heading to the home plate umpire, Mike DeMuro. He's going to make a double switch. And the Phillies lead it 6-0. So the rookie Dylan G, who came into this ball game with 11 wins, has walked 6, which ties his season high. And his evening is complete here in the 4th with 2 outs. So we've got a pitching change, a double switch, as a matter of fact. It's an AT&T call the bullpen. New and gently used baseball and softball equipment to benefit Pitching for Baseball, an organization that provides equipment to deserving communities both in Philadelphia and around the globe. Donations may be made at any of the entrance gates. Fans donating will have a chance to receive an autographed item. Double switch for the Mets. Lucas Duda will move from first base to right field. And the new defensive player is Nick Evans, who's on to play first base. Igarashi will bat in Hairston's spot in the order. It's his 30th ball game. He's 2-1 with a 5.32 earned run average. And again, the bases are still loaded for the Phillies, Sarge.
Yeah, break it wide open.
Dylan G. Well, he didn't have it tonight.
Didn't get the off speed over the way he normally does, but you got to give a lot of credit, though, to the fighting Phil's hitter. Had some really good at bats here tonight.
See, the bases are loaded. Polanco's at third, Pence at second, Mayberry at first. And Ruiz is the hitter. Carlos has a grand slam this year. Cliff Lee threw 4 innings, had 56 pitches. G didn't get through the fourth, had 97 pitches.
Wow.
2-0 the count. Subsequently, he gets a chance to swing the bat again.
Yeah, he can hardly wait to hit as he's checking out his bat.
Line drive right past the umpire into center field. Polanco scores. Here comes Pence. 2 more runs cross the plate for the Phillies. They now lead 8-0. And Carlos has 2 hits.
Yeah, more importantly, though, those 2 RBIs as he drives in the run. Short and quick to the ball as he drives it right up the middle. We've talked about it. Good things happen when you hit that ball up the middle. Right up the middle, the ball goes. Pagan has only one play, and that's that lob the ball in for no further damage.
Well, good job, too, by Mayberry. It's subtle, but he gets over to third on that ball hit to center. Valdez, the hitter, with 2 outs. Runners on first and third. And he takes a changeup for a strike. It's 0-1. Valdez has an RBI and a base hit. He's also walked. Chops it to second. Turner backs up on it, and the side is retired. But the Phillies scored 3 more runs in the inning. They capitalize on 3 more walks by Dylan G. We go to the 5th here in Philadelphia, and the Phillies all over the Mets. 8-0. Powerade Ion 4. Focus, hustle, hydrate, believe. Cliff Lee has 8 runs to work with. He's trying to win his 14th ball game. He would move to within a game of the league leader in victories.
Unbelievable. It just shows you how good he has been, giving him the team a chance to win. Yeah, but even when things weren't going that well for him, his demeanor was just about the same.
Ronnie Paulino takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Didn't change very much. Did start throwing a few more off-speed pitches or breaking balls.
Might sound odd, but the way he's been spinning his way through August, he's pitching his way into the conversation along with Clayton Kershaw and Roy Halladay for Cy Young.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, stats tell you exactly how he has been doing. That ERA will let you know even further.
Breaking ball, cut it, missed. Another strikeout for Lee, number 4.
That is just filthy as can be as it falls off the table. Talked about that earlier. When he starts to get this pitch over, it is a tough night for the opposition. Good curveball.
Well, top 5 seasons in strikeouts. It's gotten better as it's moved on. 188 now this year, 185 last year, 181 in 09. Tejada singled his first time up, and he takes strike 1. On the hands, nice play. Polanco behind the bag, long throw, 2 outs. He seems to be moving okay over there with that sports hernia injury.
Oh boy, major league play as it goes down the line and just throws a strike over to first. See how he sets himself, then he throws the ball right on the money. Tejada, a pretty quick runner too.
Now Nick Evans with 2 outs, batting for the first time, came on as part of a double switch. Evans, 200 hitter, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. He's going to play first base tomorrow. Terry Collins, I'm not sure how much of a vote of confidence this is, but Terry Collins said, well, he's here, we might as well use him.
Well, he's hitting 200, so maybe he needs more at bats. But he doesn't have a lot of at bats to this date, only 40, so could end up getting 3 or 4 hits, and that average would jump quite a bit.
Swing and a miss, 3-2. That was an explosive fastball that came in at 90 miles an hour, but it jumped at the hitter. Ball 4, and Evans draws a walk, just the second one of the night for Cliff Lee. And now to the top of the order for the Mets.
That's pretty good at bat to lay off of that pitch there, 3-2. Again, Cliff Lee always seems to be around the plate. Ball might have been a little bit low, but caught plenty of plate.
Sarge, you think Angel Pagan forgot that it was time for him to hit?
Either that or maybe his helmet. Actually, he's probably down and
there he is,
looking at the some of his tapes, and probably did forget that they had double switched. He's not following the pitcher now.
He's 0 for 2. He's flying to center. He struck out. And he chops it towards second. Easy play for Utley. Probably wishes he was still inside. 4-3 on the putout. The side is retired. No runs, no hits. One man left. Middle of the fifth. It's the Phillies 8. The Mets nothing. Eight runs on 8 hits. Time now for the Kia Minor League Players of the Week. Carlos Alonso of Lakewood. 5 games, he had 529. Pretty good 5-game stretch. Scott Matheson also pitched well for Lehigh Valley, so congratulations to those two guys. Cliff Lee leads it off here in the bottom of the fifth. Cliff Lee sends it in the air to Jason Pridey, who's the new center fielder for the Mets. And there's one away.
Gotta tell you, he just missed hitting that ball out of the ballpark again. Had it on the good part of the bat, just a little bit too high. Other than that, that ball is going to go a long way.
He's looking at the video board. He wants to see the replay.
Oh, he probably can't believe he missed it.
Top of the order, Victorino 1 for 2 with a run scored. Well, until Jimmy Rollins comes back, and Charlie Manuel was asked today if he thought it was going to be just a 15-day DL, and he said, you know, he doesn't know. He said he hopes, but until Jimmy comes back, Victorino will be the leadoff hitter. And he's used to that. I mean, Jimmy missed so much time last year that Victorino settled into that role.
That's why I think that he is so valuable at Victorino, being able not only to hit second, hit fifth, he can lead off. We've seen him do that before, and excellent speed to lead off for a leadoff hitter.
Over to the right side. Two quick outs, and it brings Polanco to the plate. 1 for 2. He walked his last time up and scored a run. Polanco slices it toward right center. That's going to dunk in front of the right fielder Duda for a base hit.
He continues with that inside out swing, and you throw him strikes, he's going to hit the ball. Another hitter we want to see get hot is Polanco. Almost suited better to hit second because he does move the ball and hit the ball to right field.
Yeah, I wondered about that, Sarge. You know, if Rollins was here, Polanco would most likely bat seventh. And you wonder what batting second for the foreseeable future might do to his swing if he can get back on track a little bit, you know, get that confidence and get that average up, because it's well below his career average, which is over 300.
Well, Charlie's going to go on how he's swinging the bat, you know, how he's making contact. Well, he realizes that he does have options, you know, in the second spot to get different things from the different players. Obviously, Polanco not as fast.
Is there anything to being comfortable and this helping his swing?
Oh, absolutely. And being in the second spot, feeling more comfortable there, and, you know, realizing when you're hitting in that spot, he knows, especially with being on certain pitches that he's going to get, kind of takes the guesswork out of it. There's a player that can hit with 2 strikes on him.
Utley checks. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
As a base runner, just the threat of running, the pitcher's going to throw the batter more fastballs.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Braves have taken a 2-0 lead over the Cubs. Fielder's choice by Martin Prado. Couple that with a home run by Freddie Freeman.
Well, that Freddie Freeman is starting to figure out some things there. Had a tough time early on, but he's starting to come on.
There goes the runner. The pitch hit back to the box. Igarashi makes a good play. Phillies retire here in the 5th inning. So 1-3 on the putout. Phillies leave 1. We've completed 5. It's on to the 6th here in Philadelphia. Phillies up by 8.
Most recent addition to the Phillies lineup. Since the addition of Hunter Pence, opposing pitchers are forced to take on Ryan Howard, and he has met the challenge as expected. The big piece continues to provide power from the cleanup spot while battling for the top RBI spot in baseball. Number 6 usually takes off in September. He got an early start this season, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Oh, it's been a tough night tonight for Ryan Howard. His teammates have 8 runs on 9 hits, but he has struck out 3 times.
Second in the league in RBIs, though, behind Prince Fielder. Cliff Lee, well, he's had no trouble tonight. He begins the 6th. He's allowed just 2 hits. The last hit he allowed was in the 3rd. He's walked a couple. He has 4 strikeouts. And Justin Turner didn't like that pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Remarkable.
Well, legit number 1.
Yeah, but even a legit number 1 hits a speed bump or 2 during the course of a month. I mean,
as an opposition, when you think that you miss Roy Halladay, you say, who are we facing? Cliff Lee. It still gives you an upset stomach.
75 pitches. We begin the 6th. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside. Did that get him? Yeah, it got him. I knew I heard something, but I didn't know if it was the ground. The 4th batter that Lee's hit this year.
No, this has got to be that cutter coming inside, and yeah, it does hit him.
Might look at tonight's start for Lee, and you know, he's only allowed 2 hits, but he's walked 2 and he's hit it better. Some might think that he's lacking some control, but he's been really impressive. I mean, 55 strikes, 21 balls. David Wright takes ball 1.
He jumps back on just about any pitch that's inside. That ball not far enough to jump back for me. Thought it was closer to a strike than it really was a ball that he called.
David Wright's teammates were ducking in the dugout there. There's DJ Carrasco.
He steadily goes inside, able to get pitches called inside. No, he just doesn't throw inside just for effect or to move you off the plate. He'll throw in there for strikes.
And a call, strike 3. Wright's thinking, no way. He's down looking for the 2nd time. 5 strikeouts for Cliff Lee.
Yeah, he's thinking that it's low. I got to tell you, that ball came in and it had all kind of movement on it. Take a look at it. Oh boy, I mean, that's a tough pitch there, but I'm going to call it a strike. Not where he catches it, but where it does cross the plate.
Yeah, the problem I think for Wright is that Ruiz caught it awkwardly, but it looked like it had the plate. Swing and a miss by Bay, 0-1. And would you agree it had the plate?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll tell you, he starts to get all those pitches over, that curveball, the cutter. He's been spotting the fastball, which sets up just about all his other pitches.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lee. 6 in the game.
Well, there's that breaking ball we're talking about again as he strikes him out.
Yeah, Lee does not have a 1-2-3 inning so far tonight. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball brought to you by the Xfinity HD Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, lightning fast internet, and home phone. Lucas Dudas singled in the second.
This guy's got a pretty good swing.
Cracks that one to second. Not a 1-2-3 inning, but it's a pretty easy inning for Cliff Lee. Picks up a couple strikeouts, gets a ground out. We've played 5.5. Cliff Lee still has allowed only 2 hits, no runs. Ryan Howard will lead it off when we return. Call 1-800-JEFF now. Buy Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer. Visit ChevyDealer.com. And by Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. Well, Cliff Lee so far has allowed only 2 hits. Now he has walked a couple. He's hit a batter. One hitter reached on an error. But so far so good for Lee as he's heading hopefully toward his 14th win of the year. Ryan Howard is happy that Dylan G hit the showers early. He struck out 3 times against G, and he takes a fastball from Igarashi for strike 1. One ball and 1 strike. Well, the rest of the team has really helped carry the Phillies offensively tonight. While Ryan Howard and Chase Utley are hitless in 7 combined at bats. That's going to possibly change. Pridey comes in, dives, knocks it down. And Howard has his first hit.
That's what you call hitting a knuckleball out to the outfielder. You could see him having some problems with it as that ball kind of dived down with a top spin. See, actually he's coming in to get it. That ball's knuckling all over the place. It's the side of the glove. And for Ryan, he's just glad he ended up getting that hit.
Well, for the Phillies, 10 hits tonight. Hunter Pence has been on base 3 times. He has singled. He's walked a couple times. Has scored 3 runs. Take strike 1. Sarge, how about this? The way this team rebounds.
Oh, J-Ro talked about that. That they don't just linger on with games, and those were tough ball games in Washington, getting beat the way that they did late in the game. Those are the kind that hurt the worst. But you're right, to be able to bounce back, no ill effects, not to think about it, and having a lead obviously helps.
Pence hits it in the air to deep left field. Forget about that one. Gone! A two-run home run for Pence. It's his 16th of the year, and the Phillies reach double digits in runs to go along with hits.
Well, that's solid right there. Looks like he was hitting an off-speed pitch. See which way, and he does, as he hangs it out over the plate. Good mechanics as he stays back on that back foot there. Almost one-hands that ball. He's so strong as he hits the ball out of here. Boy, you're going to see a lot more of that before it's all over with Hunter Pence.
4 runs scored for Pence, 2 runs batted in. 16 home runs now, 76 runs batted in. And it's 10-0 Phillies. John Mayberry tonight has 3 runs batted in. A 2-run home run and a bases loaded walk.
Yeah, most of this damage has been done without those 3 and 4 hitters, and when that's happening, boy, just think once Utley and Ryan Howard start to hit the ball the way that they're capable of hitting it, not necessarily base hits, but balls being hit hard. Utley's done that a couple of times. Ryan, once he starts hitting the ball hard, his ball elevates to get out of the ballpark. That's why you want to see Ryan Howard make more contact. He does a lot more damage. Doesn't just get singles and doubles.
Outside corner, called, strike 3. That's a tough pitch.
Yep.
One away here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Ruiz, who has 2 hits tonight, 2 runs batted in. Carlos's double in the 3rd was his 20th of the year. It's one of 5 Phillies regulars with 20 doubles or more this season. That includes Jimmy Rollins, who's on the disabled list. Make that 6 with Raul Ibanez. To the count to Ruiz. Nick Evans into foul territory. And 2 away here in the 6th. So Ruiz is retired. Wilson Valdez, the 8-hitter, will be up here in the home 6th. Valdez had an RBI single back in the 2nd. That was the first run the Phillies scored. It's that hard, but right at Tejada. And the side is retired. So a 2-run home run by Hunter Pence. He smoked it. He ties his career high with runs scored. This one went a long way. It brought home Ryan Howard. It's 10-0 Phillies. Remember what he said?
Good game. Let's go eat.
to have an amazing ability to bounce back after a tough loss. And look what they've done tonight with all these crooked numbers. Couple of home runs by John Mayberry Jr. not in the original starting lineup. And then Hunter Pence just went deep to left center field. Cliff Lee, ho-hum methodical tonight, just mowing him down. He's also chipped in with a base hit, scored a run, as the Phillies have banged out 11 hits tonight, 2 so far, Tom, for the New York Mets.
Well, 41st game where the Mets have allowed 2 runs or more. Cliff Lee will go to work in the 7th. He'll have some new defenders behind him. Ross Gload is at first base for Ryan Howard. Michael Martinez is the new second baseman. So Ryan Howard and Chase Utley each get the rest of the game off. Willie Harris will pinch hit here in the top of the 7th. Lee with 6 strikeouts. He's thrown 89 pitches. That was the 89th. And this bullpen, which, you know, was used an awful lot this past weekend because of all the rain. Right now they can just sit back, watch, and enjoy.
Yeah, while they decide. There's a look at Mick Billmeyer out there with the bullpen, where they decide how long they want him to go to Cliff Lee, because it's one of those things, whether they want any of those guys to pitch or whether Lee's just going to keep on going.
Ronnie Paulino's the batter. He takes low. The guy with the big hair that was out in the bullpen you just saw, that's Michael Schwimmer, who threw 3 innings yesterday, allowed a run on 2 hits. The run was a long home run by Danny Espinosa. He explained the point to the sky after the game, Wheels. He said, you know, I've been doing that since high school. I got to stop doing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially when they hit him this far up here.
He said it was kind of a bittersweet day. You know, obviously he felt like he threw well, but he gave up the run, and the Phillies, more than anything, they lost, and that's why it was bittersweet, making his major league debut. And ball 4. Paulino just walked on 4 pitches.
It's one of those type of games even a guy like Lee can have trouble bearing down, because, you know, it's 10-0. You're into the 7th inning and feeling pretty good about things. And, you know, it's not like every pitch is important, even for a veteran guy. So there he goes right out there and walks somebody.
Tejada's 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. He fouls it away, 0-1. Phillies have scored 10 runs or more for the 12th time this year. This one couldn't have come at a better time. Wanted 1 the count. 2-1.
You say where the Phillies changes were hitting?
I have not yet. I'm about to.
You would think they probably were hitting straight up, right?
They're not.
You'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Ross Gload is batting 3rd. Michael Martinez is batting 4th.
Right.
Line drive, base hit, just the 3rd hit of the night for the Mets, and they have runners on 1st and 2nd. First time tonight that they've had 2 runners on at one time.
And Tejada's hit 2 balls on the nose tonight, both almost identical. Line drive, base hits towards the shortstop area.
And Nick Evans, who walked his first time up, is up here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, we're at the 9 hole now in their order, as Evans came in to double switch in the pitcher spot.
We showed the graphic at the beginning of the telecast about the Mets splits between home and road. that they're so much better on the road record-wise than they are at home, even though the numbers are rather similar. Seems like the big key is they've made some mistakes late at home.
Boy, their bullpen has struggled.
Ground ball to third, foul ball.
All these games we were talking about lately, when these teams come in, talk about their great bullpens, tremendous numbers, and then the Mets come in, ooh, polar opposite.
Charlie Manuel's bullpen, meanwhile, scuffled a little bit this weekend, but they've done a heck of a job. 0-2 the count.
He's up over 100 pitches now, as Cliff Lee. So that's what I mean. The point being, they're going to decide how long they want him to go tonight. Guys are starting to stand up a little bit out in the bullpen.
David Herndon is available tonight. Figure Schwimmer's not available tonight.
Right. Stutz would be available. Matson probably is too, but the way this game's going, they won't need him. Hopefully. If it gets to a save situation, that would be, as Jackie Gleason used to say, a revolt in development. Or no, that was Art Carney. Excuse me.
Whoever it was, they would have loved that pitch right on the inside part of the plate. 7 strikeouts for Cliff Lee.
It was either or. Doesn't matter.
And it was funny.
Oh, it was great when they said it.
These lucky fans of tonight's Citizens 7, they will receive a prize back courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. 2 outs. Jason Pridey will hit for the first time.
He's amazing the way he can come inside the right-handed hitters after all that stuff away to them, and then sip like he did to David Wright, who was not happy.
It looked like a strike, though.
It was. You know, Ruiz moved his glove so much, it's unbelievable that he got the call, but it did look like a strike. And that's what DeMuro was saying to David Wright. It was a strike. It didn't look like it, though, if you saw the glove move. Look out.
Pridey shatters his bat. How about Lee making the catch?
He's different.
Well, he reacted quickly and perfectly. He makes the grab toward the line and then was trying to tag Pridey along the way. Cliff Lee is through 7. In the only way he can get through 7. Just having a blast and enjoying every moment of it. Here's the question one more time in case you forgot. named the Mets pitcher who lost 27 straight games in which he was involved in the decision.
His name just jumped out at me. I don't know if it's even close, but there was a guy from Red Bank, New Jersey named Anthony Young who pitched for them.
I didn't know he was from Red Bank.
And he lost a lot of games.
Anthony Young is correct, Wheels. May of 92, July of 93. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack. And thank you for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
I don't know if he's from I don't know why I thought of Red Bank, but I thought I always remembered hearing it. That's where he was from because he got so much publicity. He went to pretty famous school too. We'll look him up. Carl will look him up for us.
DJ Carrasco is the new pitcher. We saw Willie Harris, who's in center field. Cliff Lee leads off the bottom of the 7th.
That's a lot of decisions, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of decisions. He's got a lot of work in him.
Gee.
You wrote down Anthony Young. Did he go to Red Bank Regional? Was he a Buck?
I'm trying to think he went to college or not.
Fly ball left field, pretty well hit. Bay going back, and he has room. Much to the chagrin of everybody in the yard.
Look at Pence laughing. They don't love him too much, do they? How about if he went opposite field for number 3? He hit that ball really well, too. Look at Pence, his eyes getting big. Like, man, he almost hit it out the other way, didn't he? Carrasco's reaction was he didn't want to look around. He had a bad feeling about that one.
Well, one out. Here's Victorino. All right, Wheels. Your steel trap was right on the answer, Anthony Young.
Really?
Anthony Young is from Houston, Texas, which is nowhere near Red Bank, New Jersey.
I'm trying to. Who am I thinking of that was a Jersey guy?
Eric Young went to Rutgers. He was from Piscataway.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I got the
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick. I got the answer right.
You
anyway.
did.
There's a guy that went to Red Bank, New Jersey. From Red Bank, New Jersey, was a pretty famous baseball player. Oh well. Doesn't matter.
Al Leiter went to Central Regional High School.
Yeah, I remember that. You know those Jersey schools better than me. That's your stomping grounds.
Jerry DePoto went to Toms River North. I'm not there yet.
No. It's
2-2 the count to Victorino.
I'll get it. Probably be about 4 in the morning, but I'll get it. You know how that happens?
Oh. Absolutely. Let's see who else was from New Jersey that.
I'm going to think of this.
How about the Frazier boys? They went to Rutgers, Toms River South. No.
Stop it. Leave me alone on this one. Willie Banks.
He went to Marist in North Jersey. He's from Jersey City.
He's the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Jersey City. Thank you to Frank Kopenbarger for that one. That was Willie Banks. That's the guy. He was a great athlete.
#1 pick of the Twins.
Right. I think he was a tremendous basketball player too.
Yeah.
But that's the guy I was thinking of.
He could throw too.
Mm-hmm. That's good. It won't happen at 4 now. Thanks to Frank.
Outside 3-2. I'm getting texts from all kinds of folks now. What about John Montefusco?
No, that's not. No, it was Willie Banks. That's who it is.
He didn't lose 27 in a row, though.
But he's a right-handed pitcher.
Victorino, a looper behind second. Willie Harris makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. Another sellout here at Citizens Bank Park. They're jammed out in Ashford Alley. down the right field line. And Lucas Duda runs out of room, and it's 1-1 to Polanco. Polanco's had a pretty active night. He's been on base 3 times. He's made a couple pretty good plays over at third. All good signs. Two and 1 the count. Tejada charges. Polanco hustles. Side is retired. 1, 2, 3, 7th inning. The Phillies go down in order. We've completed 7 here at Philadelphia. The Phillies with a commanding 10-0 lead. Phillies lead at 10-0 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Saw a whole lot of action in those highlights right there. Cliff Lee, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 hits, no runs. His evening is complete. He'll turn things over to David Herndon as we start the 8th. Herndon pitched well his last time out. 1-2 at 3.79 earned run average. And it's 0-2. I'll tell you, Larry Anderson and I were down in the tunnel in Washington talking to David Herndon about his at-bat the other night. You know, because he got a chance to hit when he came on in relief of Vance Worley. Some funny stuff. Ground ball to short. Valdez charges.
Did Larry try to tell him how to hit?
No. They were just talking hitting.
Oh, my.
You know, Larry likes to say that he had 4 hits in 7 years, so he counts it like 4 for 7.
Yeah.
Well, David Herndon said, you know, I never hit in high school. You know, I hit at BP. I was a 5 o'clock hitter. Guy that could hit in BP, but then it doesn't usually translate to the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, whose bat did you use? He goes, no, I have my own bats. But just the description of the pitches coming in, the slider and stuff like that, it was pretty funny. David Wright gets a 1-out single. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices. 10-0 Phillies here in the top of the 8th. Jason Bay's the hitter, and he takes strike one. David Wright's not being held on.
No, you don't have to worry about now. If he wants to go, they'll just let him go. You're allowed to steal when you're losing 10-0 if you want.
A lot of times guys won't though.
Right.
As Rollins told us during that San Francisco series, if somebody's not holding me on and there's a big lead either way, that's usually the white flag.
Yeah, you just don't go. But it's allowed at least. You know, they were not going to start throwing at you if you do it when you're losing 10-0.
Saw Victorino. He was thrown at by the Giants. Served his suspension a couple of games. One at the end of the last series against Arizona, and one against the Nationals.
You know, the Phillies were leading that game.
3-2 the count to Bay. Lucas Duda on deck. Hit towards shortstop. Could be two. Should be two. And a nice pick by Ross Glow. The side is retired. Another double play combination. Another double play for the Phillies. 6-4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Is sponsoring the Be a Fanatic About Reading program. The Fanatic encourages children to read for a minimum of 15 minutes a day. Teachers can register for the program. It's open for grades K through 8. Email fandev@phillies.com. Ross Glode leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th, and Glode swings at the first pitch. Where's Tejada? Not hit high enough for him to get there.
No, he can't get to that one. That was some play that guy made earlier.
Glode looking for his first hit in his last 14 at bats.
Yeah, they really like to get him going somehow because it gives him a left-handed hitter off the bench, but that hip has really been bothering him this year.
1-1 the count.
You can see just he's such an upper body swinger right now. It's probably hard to use his legs.
David Wright, the third baseman, is under it. One gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Cliff Lee still hanging on the bench, which is what he normally does. Hoping for 3 more outs to pick up his 14th win.
He keeps it loose.
Michael Martinez, his one hit though against the Mets, he's 1 for 15 against them.
Pretty big one.
It was a big one. 3-run home run up at Citi Field. Oh, they got Rich Doobie laughing. That's a good thing.
They'll have to tell us the key to that.
Breaking ball over for strike 2, 1-2. He met with the media today, Rich Doobie. Seems like he has a meeting almost every day.
Well, after the weekend they went through with the pitching and the way they had to juggle so many things, and you know, could have swept that series obviously and lost a couple tough games up there. Give the Nats credit.
I don't know if he's holding court, if Kyle Kendrick's holding court, or if Cliff Lee is holding court.
It's nice when it's 10-0.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of things.
He did say today that Jose Contreras had a setback, and he's going to get checked out by the doctor. And they're hoping that they can get Contreras back. His elbow, though, is still barking, as Rich Doobie said.
He probably said barking.
Yeah, I think he did say it that way.
Yeah.
There's Jose. Big truck, as Doobie called him, because he owns a really big truck.
He does. Like you.
Mine's half his.
Yours is a pygmy truck next to his.
Duda, long run. And a foul ball. The only similarity between my truck and Jose Contreras' truck is the color.
Yeah, that's right.
Contreras comes from the side on that pitch. It's 2-2. Hunter Pence has tied his career high in runs scored. He has 4 tonight. He's been on base all 4 times. Hit a 2-run home run his last time up. And he fouls that frisbee back. It remains 2-2.
Looked like he hit a breaking ball last time up. Got fooled a little bit. Almost went to one knee. Still hit it about what? 380.
I think it might have went farther than that.
Yeah, he hit it a long way.
Those folks had to be on their toes with that one.
Even his foul balls are hit hard.
Back toward the middle, squirts off the hill. Tejada behind the bag. Oh! Pence lunged at the last moment. It looked like he beat it, but the first base umpire, Tim Welke, says, Phillies are retired in order here in the 8th. Back-to-back innings. We go to the 9th with the Phils up 10. Lucas Duda leads off the 9th inning against David Herndon. David Herndon on a relief of Cliff Lee. Lee went the first 7 tonight. 7 strikeouts. He allowed just 3 hits. Herndon trying to finish off the Mets, finish off the 17th shutout for Phillies pitching.
You know, we always try to be accurate, right? You do, I do.
Yeah.
It's not always possible, but phone is blown up. It was William Bendix from The Life of Riley, a show you have no idea. It was in the 50s, I believe. Anyway, I do remember the show. Who used the line, "What a revolting development this is."
You don't think that Art Carney used it too?
No, I guess not. Anyway, William Bendix, I think he played a bad Babe Ruth.
Line drive to center field. It'll drop in front of Victorino. What away. Well, Wheels. Here's Hunter Pence trying to hustle his way to another hit. Did he get there? He did, but the first base umpire, Tim Welke, called him out.
He thought he was safe from up here, but you know, it's so hard to tell. And 10-0, you're not going to argue a lot. And Tim Welke's defense, look how close that was, what we had to do with it.
This could be 2. Martinez to Valdez. Oh boy, look how quick Valdez was at second to turn that double play. That was impressive.
Yeah, Martinez helped by getting it to him real fast too. You know, an infielder, shortstop especially, really wants that thing in a hurry because they can clear the bag, see the guy coming at him. There's no way they can get taken out. Look how quickly he gets it to him. So he's out of there by the time the runner gets there. In fact, he's out of there so quickly that he made the runner go down fast.
Ronnie Paulino's the batter with 2 outs, and Paulino a swing and a miss. That's a good sinker right there by David Herndon. It's no balls and 1 strike. Paulino's 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. Cliff Lee, brilliant against the Mets in his career. Counting tonight, 21 innings. He's allowed just 17 hits, and he's struck out 17.
Yeah, 1 more out. Another shutout for the Phillies pitching staff. Another combined shutout. They had one Saturday night in Washington.
1-2 the count. The pitch from Herndon. Mike DeBuro wasn't buying it. 45,783 here at Citizens Bank Park. No rain. That was a good thing. The 2-2. And a called strike 3. 17 shutouts this year for Phillies pitching as Cliff Lee becomes a 14-game winner, and the Phillies win it 10-0. That's some pretty impressive stuff, folks. Also, it's a pretty impressive way to rebound from a very tough weekend in Washington, D.C. The month of August is rivaling for Cliff Lee the month of June. 31 innings, 2 earned runs, a 0.58 ERA. Hunter Pence tied his career high with 4 runs. John Mayberry just keeps on contributing. He hit a 2-run home run. Cliff Lee, 7 strong innings, 14 wins now. He is our Chevrolet player of the game.
Well, what a month of August for Cliff Lee, as Tom was saying. He had a tremendous June, a little bit off in July, and right back at him in this month. Just was dealing here tonight. Phillies got him a lot of runs, and he did his normal job front running with that lead. Struck out 7, walked 3, gave up just 3 hits, made a brilliant fielding play, also got a base hit and scored a run. He's our Chevrolet player of the game.
So the Phillies win their 82nd game of the year. They shut out the New York Mets 10-0. We'll be back with so much more right after this.